Did you know that eBay just introduced a brand new feature that will either make you more competitive or it will kill your business? It seems that eBay is taking a page from the Amazon playbook. They recently introduced a feature that allows you to automatically lower your prices over time until your item sells or until you hit a set minimum. When you first think about it, it sounds like a great idea, right? It's a great way to stay competitive and maybe get rid of some of that old merchandise that's not moving. However, pricing like this, automatic pricing, isn't always your friend. Sometimes it helps and sometimes it hurts. In this video, we're gonna talk about whether it's a good move for you and your business or it's just crazy talk. I'm gonna show you how it works, when it makes sense to use it, and when it can kill your margins. And why? Because Reselloupe gives you real solutions. Before we do that, let me explain how a video like this works for those of you that are new to the channel. You probably clicked on a thumbnail or a title, and I'm gonna give you that information first up front. I'm not gonna make you wait. If you do decide to wait though, towards the latter part of the video, I go into my backend and I answer your questions that have been left behind on other videos, and I react to some comments. So if you ever have something to say, leave it in the comments below. Plus, I have a very cool segment coming up later called Who Be Talking Shit, where we call it the trolls. They just come to the channel just to piss off. Okay, back to the topic at hand. First, we need to figure out what this looks like and how to use it on the actual backend. So let me go on my backend and let me show you. I have something pulled up already here. This one is a table lamp. It's a vintage Roadrunner. It's a one-of-a-kind table lamp that I have up for $249. So I'm gonna click edit right here. This would also pop up when you're barely making it the first time when you're making a listing. But if you notice, it's also locked because I did send an offer out, but that doesn't matter because the system still allows you to mess with that part or with this portion of the listing. So if you go down here after condition, after pricing, so pricing right here, and this is gonna start popping up for a while. It says help keep your price competitive because it's a new feature, right? Automatically lower your item price at irregular intervals until your item is sold or reaches the set minimum price. Great, so this is a good explanation. We exit out of that. Now we're gonna turn it on. Okay, it says lower price by, and then it has a dollar amount that you can lower it by, and then reduce price every 3, 5, 7, 14, or 30 days. That is what you can choose from. It doesn't give you any other choices. And then you have also a minimum price. That means that I could do $10 every week until it reaches $150. And then I would just submit, and that's it. So every 7 days, it would go from right now I have it at $249. So it'd go $239, then $229, $219. That's 3 weeks already. And 21 days, it'll be at $219. And it'll keep going until it hits my set minimum. Very simple, right? And then you would submit. Am I going to use this? I'm not going to use this on this one right now. I'm still looking at the feature. I know how this works because this is, like I said before, it looks like they're taking from Amazon. And I've used this feature before to stay competitive to get the buy box. But I'm not going to use it here. So let me show you something else. I'm going to, you know what? I'm not even going to revise it. Let me just get out of here. Let me go to this second listing. So this is my Reselloupe. And I wanted to show you this because I said, how did they do it when it's a multiple order or when you're selling multiples or when you're selling in a category that you have different variations of it, right? So I said, okay, variations are there. Great. Now, does it allow me to do it? So as I go down here, whoop, let me go up here. I'm like, okay, where is it? Oh man, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Well, this is how you do it. See pricing options, and then it would be on here. By the way, when I came on here the first time, this was clicked on. And I was like, hell no. Don't ever make me reduce prices at your behest. It has to be my choice. And I don't like that they did that, but I removed it right now. I said, okay, fine. So once I turn it on, I said, okay, where are the options here? Does it give me an option? Where's the pricing? How does it lower it? I don't see jack here. So I said, this is a problem. So I went on the back end. Okay, let me go to the variations. Let's go to the variations. Here you go. These are all my variations. So I said, okay, there's quantities. You know what? Let me change that now. Quantities all here. Pricing is here. It doesn't look like there's a place for me to change the pricing or for me to update it like the other one. For me to tell it how much until or how much, how often, and what the bottom price is. So this is concerning. So that means that I'm going to have to send something to eBay and tell them that they have an issue on their hands unless I'm not seeing it somewhere. But I mean, there's nothing to click. I'm gonna unclick this because I don't want to. I don't want to use it. Not for my Reselloupe. My Reselloupe never goes on sale unless I decide to get it on sale, or unless I decide to send a coupon or something like that out. So we keep going down here. It's not here either. So I don't know what's going on. Now I have to think, okay, now since this is an issue, I'm going to have to figure out what is going on with that. But that's it. That is exactly how you use the feature. Now let's talk about whether it's right for you or if it's not right for you. For those of you that already watch my videos, then you probably already know this, but for those of you that don't, know this about me. I love to do lists and pros and cons and things of the sort because they're neat and easy to understand. So right now we're going to do pros and cons, and I'm going to start with the cons because I always like to end in a positive note. So I'm going to give you 3 cons of why this would be an issue for you, and then 3 pros of why you should use this feature. Con number 1, it will encourage lazy sourcing habits. Let me explain what I mean by that. You will now think, oh man, I can just buy anything and then I'll just let it go down and down and down until it sells, because I know for a fact that at one point somebody will buy it because the price will be so good that it's going to sell. So that will encourage you to just pick up a bunch of crap that doesn't have a high STR, that doesn't move fast, and then you don't even want to sell. But now you're just doing it because this feature is automatic. You just set it and forget it, right? Like a crock pot. And that's not okay. Lazy sourcing is not good for you. Don't do it. Con number 2, this feature is not effective in low competition niches. For example, if you're selling something collectible, very hard to find or very unique, like let's say some vinyl that you can't find anymore and it's like one of a kind, maybe there's like 3 for sale. Pricing isn't always gonna convert that customer. Sometimes you're gonna have to wait. So when you use this feature and you start just lowering the price, you're just leaving money on the table because it doesn't do anything. The pricing going down doesn't do anything. Sometimes you just have to wait for the right buyer. Con number 3, it accelerates the race to the bottom. And let me explain in a bigger perspective, because Amazon is way larger than eBay, and this happens a ton on Amazon. And you don't have to take my word for it. Let me start by saying this. Even Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, said that the model that he created is not sustainable long term. It's insane to have the same tool available for everybody so that you can just start undercutting each other to where at a certain point, no one's going to make money. Everybody is going to fail at making money, at running their business, and nobody wins. Not the buyer and not the seller. And what do you mean not the buyer either? Because eventually you will go out of business, the next person will go out of business, and that product won't be available anymore. So nobody wins. The race to the bottom is terrible. And I know about this because when I sell on Amazon, I have that tool available for me. And that tool works even better than this one because you can set it to where you always want to be 1 cent lower or 2 cents or 10 cents lower than whoever has the buy box or whoever the lowest price is. So that's even worse. It just starts fighting all the way to the bottom. But I don't use it in that manner because at a certain point, again, you're not going to make any money. So what I do is that I try to maintain a median price point so that I can always make money. At some point, I'm not going to make any sales, of course, because somebody is lower price. But once they sell out, the price rebounds. Not always, but sometimes it rebounds, and that's when I get my sales back. Okay, those were the 3 cons. Now let's get into a positive mindset and actually talk about how to make money. What are the 3 pros to this feature? Pro number 1, it can help you move all that inventory that just sits there, that you haven't been able to move, and it does it automatically. No relisting required. Look, if you have a bunch of listings that have been sitting there for months, this is a very low effort way for you to move all that inventory so you can get some cash flow back into your business and buy better product, higher STR product. It's super simple. Set it and forget it. Pro number 2, and this is definitely my favorite, it frees up time by automatically doing those price drops from your slow movers. Instead of always having to look through your slow movers or going through all of your listings and doing the price drops, even though we have that bulk editing tool that we can do like 50 at one time, it still sucks and it takes forever. Why would we want to do it manually when you can have the system do it? So now that it's done automatically, it saves time. So what do you do with that time? You can go source more. You can take more pictures. You can do more listings. You're getting your time back so you can invest it into productive tasking, not just busy work. Pro number 3, it can boost visibility, especially for those items that must go now, not later. For example, what's coming up next that's pretty damn big, that is a holiday event? Halloween. It's just a few months down the road, right? This is what you want to do. If you're buying into Halloween, you want to have everything sold by October the 21st at the latest, because that gives you 10 days for it to get to the customer, because you never know. USPS, FedEx, UPS, everybody, all the shippers, sometimes they make mistakes or they don't get there on time. So you want to make sure that it gets there. So what should you do? You're going to start selling it in August, maybe beginning of September. Okay, so if you start in the beginning of September, you tell it, every 14 days, lower it by X amount. And then, so you're going to lower it twice in September. And then by the time October comes in, then you're going to tell it 7 days. And then you're going to tell it 5 days and 3 days. And you're going to keep going like that until you're sold out. So this automatic price drop will help you do all that without having to get in there and do it yourself. And if you think about it, it's a smart way for you to get rid of all your product, because if you don't get rid of it, you guys already know what's going to happen. You have to sit on it. It takes up space in the warehouse, and you have to wait till the following calendar year so that you can sell it again. Look, this tool is great. It's brand new. Should you use it? Maybe. Depending on what you heard today, I hope that you now have a better understanding of how it works. But it's not a replacement for you knowing your numbers and knowing your buyers. You can't just blindly trust it. You have to understand how to use it and use it with purpose. Don't let automation replace strategy. Use it when it makes sense. Don't use it when it doesn't. And always know the floor. Always know the bottom price that you're able to take so that you can either break even or make a little bit of margin. And remember, you're running your own business, not eBay. If you're not watching your margins, you're going to end up working free all day. If you found value in this video so far, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe for more. And now let's get to the segment that I know you guys love, because you tell me all the time, we'll be talking shit. I love this one. And as always, just give me a second to fix the camera because the hat says it all. Yeah. All right, let's go to the back end and let's read these comments. Okay, the first one goes out to @New They are referencing how to shoot clothing photos faster for eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. It's actually one of the, actually not one, the most popular video on my channel. So you guys can go check it out if you want. Okay, this person says, what did you do to people to make you carry in your own home while shooting a YouTube video? You're pathetic and I'm blocking your channel. Why pathetic, bro? I don't understand. Why does this make me pathetic? Why doesn't it make you nosy? A ti que te valga, bro. Why are you making such a big deal? It's none of your business what I do in my own home. I don't see the issue. So this is how I responded. I said, when you're done eating your soy burger, check out the product. Thank you for asking. Yes, a Reselloupe is available for purchase. Thanks for watching. I figured, you know what? I'm going to use this space, since they're talking shit anyways. I'm going to use this space to advertise my Reselloupe. I said, oh, you know what? I got to keep it light, got to keep it positive. And then look at the second one. This guy is, this goes out to @Tornado7066. How to shoot clothing photos faster. Again, the same video. Gotta love my macho dudes with guns who love to sell clothes. I'm like, okay, first off, this is what I said. I said, thank you for asking. Yes, the Reselloupe is available for purchase. Because, you know, why not advertise? But I never said I was macho. You assume that you're just making up labels for me. I am just a dude who believes in the Second Amendment and I love guns. So what? What's it to you what I do in my own home? What's the problem? I don't see the issue here. All these soy boys probably have a problem with it because they don't understand guns. They don't understand protection. They don't understand weapons. Whatever the case, let me do one more. @DLow06. They are referencing how to handle angry customers like a pro. This person says, this passes for content. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I said, okay. So this is how I responded. I told him, too long to fit in a short. Don't be lazy and watch the long format video like I advise on the screen. But thank you for taking the time to insult me. It's like, bro, why do you have to insult? In the video, I granted that when he watched it, I make the video because it is a short, so it's 60 seconds or 40 seconds, and then it tells you, in order for you to watch the entire content, you have to go to the video, and not because I'm trying to make you go watch the long format. It's because it's long and it doesn't fit in the time span allowed for shorts. This is the problem with people nowadays. They are like the TikTok warriors, the ones that, oh, I did my research on TikTok. I did my research. They want to learn everything in 30 seconds or less. They want to be informed in 30 seconds or less. This is how people get their information now. Oh, I already know about my political views. I already know because I saw it on Instagram. I saw it on TikTok. 30 seconds. That's all you get. It's like, come on, man. Don't be lazy. Take time to go through and watch long format videos so you can see the context, so you can understand what I'm actually talking about. So anyways, to these three people, you made this week's segment of We'll Be Talking Shit. Y ustedes no saben ni una chingada. I just started adding the Spanish because, it's fun. It's fun for me anyways. And I always like to have fun, and there you go. All right, now let's go to more positive/serious questions. And I wanted to point this out. This goes out to at Cool Ranch Doritos 7149. She is referencing What the FAQ Thursdays. This is a Posse members only video. She is a Posse member. She just joined. She says, amen, 2A all the way. My husband and I are in total agreement. Obviously, I put her first because I wanted to mention that it's not just me. I'm not crazy because I carry all the time. 99% of the day I carry, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It is my right to carry, and this is why I wanted to show this. I think she lives in Texas too. So it's great, and I love it, and thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being part of the posse. Next question or comment. This is a question. This goes out to at Bobby Ellison 4315. They are referencing how to sell ties on eBay step by step for maximum profit. She's asking, does the label fit on that box? Can you fold over the label on two sides? And if so, where would you place it? Thank you for this. I have one really nice Hugo Boss Forever with no idea how to pack and ship it. I'll give it a go now. That tie video, it's classes with glasses. That means that I put my meta glasses on and I show you from my point of view that of how to use it, or how to ship ties, how I do it with everything, with the boxing, from picking it to boxing it to shipping it. And let me answer her question. A 4x4x4 box is small. It's a little square, right? And my labels are 4x6. That means it's obviously not going to fit. So what you should do, and this is coming from somebody that I know in the USPS, they told me it doesn't matter as long as we can see one portion of the label all in one side and then the other portion can be at the top. That means that there's always a to and from address. The from can be at the top of the box and the to can be at the bottom. As long as they can scan the barcode, that's pretty much what they need. But when they need to physically see, like they need to see the address and they need to read the names, then it should all be in that one space. So if you fold it over like that, you should be totally fine. And I've never had an issue with these boxes and the labels. This next question or comment, this is at Renee Resells. She is referencing Stop Thrifting Like a Rookie. 3 pro rules that saved my business. And pardon me if my little blind dog starts barking right now. My girl is in here to, keep him company. So right now, sometimes he's older, so he loses his mind sometimes. He gets like sundowners. So anyways, okay, I hit the thrift route today, grabbed several items and headed to the corner to check comps. None of it met my metrics, so I left empty-handed. The way I see it is that I leave more money for good items. Gotta make my money work for me. That is an excellent way to see that. And I wanted to put this up here because that's what I was talking about. Sometimes you have to say no. You don't always have to buy just because you're there. You don't have to buy product just because you already went there. Just because it's going to seem like you're going to waste your day if you don't bring something home. You don't have to do that. So you have to make good decisions for you, whatever that means. Next question or comment. This goes out to at Kelly MC. She is referencing Perfect Clothing photo hack. She says a really short short like for running. I said something in that video, and she says your accent, I like you, and then I said, no speak English. I just want to put this up here because I thought it was hilarious, and I was trying to say that some short shorts are too short. You know, they're kind of rainbow shorts, and I said, hell no, I don't wear those. Even when I'm running, I don't wear them. I wear shorter shorts because you should, because it doesn't chafe you and you get to move better. But I don't wear really short shorts, and that's what I was referencing in that video. Next, okay, this goes out to at Happy and New Life 9377. She's referencing how to ship with Amazon FBA Pro tips. Heavy boxes protect your product. Okay, so she's asking who will pack the product in a single box for customer delivery, because she saw me sending in a lot of different product in one box. It's like the same thing, but it's like quantity 50, right? So she's wondering what happens then. You know, do I have to pack it here in a 4x4x4 and everything, and then it gets shipped to the customer? Not necessarily, no. So what I did there is, I don't remember what product I packed, but whatever product I packed, once it gets to the warehouse, they put it on shelves. Once it sells, the Amazon takes care of putting it either in a bubble wrap or in a box or whatever. They take care of the last leg, meaning taking it or shipping it to the customer. So this is what you're paying for. This is why the fees can get really high up there. And what I was referencing there is that you have to protect the box from your warehouse to their warehouse. Because a lot of the times, like I sell a lot of health and beauty. And if you don't protect it, like if it's creams or something that is liquid, and if it breaks from here to then, or from here to there, then that has nothing to do with them. So I have to protect my product properly because these boxes get heavy. And you should only ship up to about 50 pounds. Usually I try to keep it under 40 because after a certain weight, they don't allow you to ship that in because it's too heavy. Or UPS will overcharge you, or UPS will say no because it's a heavy box. So just be careful when you do that and protect your boxes. FBA does work, but it is a lot more expensive because you're not doing anything. You know, you're just putting it in a box and shipping it. And then they take care of the last leg. They take care of shipping it to the customer. They take care of customer service. They take care of everything. This is why your margins have to be either extremely big or you should be okay with smaller margins. So you got to watch what you sell. And that's it, everybody. Those were all the questions and or comments. So today we talked about that new feature that allows you to automatically price drop. So just remember the 3 cons and the 3 pros. And choose for yourself. It could be great for you, but it could also kill your margins, so be very careful. To continue supporting the channel, you can always send your thanks with the thanks button down below. You can buy the Reselloupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. And you can become a member of the Resolutions Posse and get access to videos that no one else has access to. Plus, I just introduced a brand new benefit for top tier members who get to now use an AI assistant to help them build out their listings, title, description, and all that stuff. So click the join button down below if you want to check that out. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace. And cheers, everybody. Woohoo! I hope you guys like the pros and cons, and I hope you make good decisions.